In Ukraine, as the war grinds into its fourth year, a devastating and often unseen human toll is emerging far from the front lines. Tens of thousands of Ukrainian soldiers have returned home missing limbs, victims not only of the relentless fighting, but also, in some cases, of life-saving medical procedures gone wrong. The images are haunting. Young men in their 20s and 30s, many of them fit, strong and patriotic, now facing life as double or even triple amputees. Their injuries tell a story of bravery and sacrifice, but also of the brutal realities of a war that has no clear end in sight. According to Ukraine's chief military surgeon, as many as 1 in 4 amputations among wounded soldiers are not caused directly by enemy fire, but by the improper use of one of the simplest pieces of battlefield equipment, the tourniquet. Tourniquets are meant to save lives. They're used to stop bleeding fast when a soldier suffers a catastrophic injury to a limb. But in Ukraine, thousands of those life-saving devices are being misused, applied to the wrong type of wound or left on for too long, causing tissue death that makes amputation inevitable. Captain Rom Stevens, a former US Navy doctor who regularly volunteers in Ukraine, told The Telegraph's Battle Lines Global Health Security podcast that the problem began when the US combat medical system was copied wholesale into Ukraine's defense forces. When the full-scale Russian invasion occurred in 2022, he said, all the American Tactical Combat Casualty Care, or TCC, guidelines were translated into Ukrainian, but they were written for a different war. Those American guidelines were based on experiences in Iraq and Afghanistan, conflicts dominated by fast-moving, hit-and-run attacks and helicopter evacuations that could whisk the wounded to hospitals in under an hour. Ukraine's war, however, is very different. It's a war of attrition, a grinding, positional battle fought across vast trenches and devastated cities where evacuations can take many hours, sometimes even days. The psychological cost is immense. Many of these men were conscripts, ordinary citizens called up to defend their country. They were teachers, construction workers, shopkeepers, now thrust into a brutal frontline where medical errors can have lifelong consequences. The scale of amputations among working-age men will reshape Ukraine's post-war reality. Thousands of families are now living with disability, trauma, and financial strain. Rehabilitation centres are full, and the demand for prosthetics has skyrocketed. Many of these men will require support for the rest of their lives. As Ukraine continues its long and bloody defence against Russia, the war's most enduring wounds may not be on the battlefield, but in the hospitals, rehabilitation centres, and homes where thousands of amputees struggle to rebuild their lives. This is a generation that will carry the physical and emotional scars of war for decades. And as the conflict drags on, their suffering is a stark reminder that even in survival, there can be tragedy, and that the cost of this war extends far beyond the front lines.